Hello there, it's Andy Parks from the Washington Times, and here we go again, my crazy view of the news and those wacky liberals running our country and the media right now. I'll have all of that right after this. You know, as a listener to my podcast, you qualify to receive a 50% discount on an annual digital subscription to the Washington Times, and all you have to do is go to washingtontimes.com/Andy. That's washingtontimes.com/ANDY. All right, where would we possibly start today? The China virus. Oops, can't say that. The Wuhan wallop. No, can't say that either. Coronavirus, COVID-19. Yeah, I can get away with that. How about the 2019 flu? Well, we learned earlier this week that President Fauci has reclarified, again, his earlier views, thoughts, science, whatever, on the COVID-19 bug. Yep, remember when the liberals and the media, one of the same, went nuts? When anyone, especially those Republican Neanderthals and deplorables, questioned the origin of the virus, you remember that? Well, lo and behold, Fauci had to admit he didn't know that the first patients of COVID-19 were 3 workers at the Wuhan lab. We now know the virus escaped from the lab. The lab that Fauci himself used U.S. government dollars to fund after denying it initially. Well, maybe we spent a modest amount of money, he said. He denied spending any U.S. money under oath. Can you say perjury? He claims he didn't know it. Even the French and Australians knew it. It seems they conducted their own investigations that ultimately revealed the escape of the virus from the Wuhan lab. But somehow, the highest-paid government employee knew nothing? I don't know about you, but my BS detector's going off. What an election year surprise that was. Right, Tony? By the way, why wasn't he fired? Everything this guy has told us is smoke and mirrors. He's an idiot. Wearing a mask won't help. Oh, wait, wear a mask now. Wear 2 masks if you can get them. Even after the vaccine, wear a mask or 2. What a joke and a scam this whole thing has been. And the liberal hypocrisy, like nothing I've ever seen. The latest involves the crazed governor of Michigan, Gretchen Witless Whitmer. Yeah, you remember her. She was the one that told residents of her state they couldn't go to Home Depot and buy seeds and plants for their gardens. She wanted people to only buy medicine and groceries. Yes, this circus clown wanted people to buy their produce at a food store, but you couldn't grow your own. Then she takes a corporate jet to Florida for a vacation after scolding the snowbirds for leaving her state and visiting Florida. She says those same people were responsible for transporting COVID back to her state. Oops, she had to apologize again. Then in the past week, she had to apologize again and again. It seems the Gretch was seen partying with no mask within a group of 13 people at what was described as a local dive bar. All those darn cameras that everyone on God's green earth has in the form of a cell phone, they sure catch everything, don't they? Yeah. When the picture was provided to the media by Breitbart, she claimed she didn't stop to think about what she was doing. She said, quote, "I'm human. I made a mistake, and I apologize." Oh, and her approval numbers are in the tank. I wonder why. Well, here's more from the category of I'm liberal and stupid. Chris Fredo Cuomo, fresh off his apology tour for helping his brother Andrew, the governor of New York, lie to the media over sexual harassment allegations, was spotted driving his blue Pontiac Firebird convertible through Sag Harbor over the weekend. Yes, open air, by himself, fully vaccinated, and wearing a surgical mask. Let me tell you something. This guy's a rocket scientist, isn't he? But he's one of CNN's finest at play. Yes, the Clown News Network. Oh, and another note on COVID. The medical examiner's office in San Francisco reported less than 300 COVID-related deaths last year. Unfortunately, the medical examiner also said there were over 700 drug overdose deaths in the same period. The overdose numbers for 2021 are on a staggering pace and could far exceed those of 2020. And not to be left out of the COVID craze, Maryland Governor Lockdown Larry Hogan has seen to it you get a free entry into a special Maryland lottery drawing if you get your vaccine. Bribery at its best, something every politician recognizes. What else is going on in the news? The family of George Floyd visited the White House. Yes, Pelosi and her gang of left-wing idiots kissed their butts, and even some Republicans got in on the photo op. You see, politicians have learned that photos can play a role in future stories about them. You may recall just a couple of weeks ago, to celebrate Willie Mae's 90th birthday, Nancy Pelosi opened up her ancient, dusty photo album and used a picture of Willie and her having a grand old time. Except the picture was of Willie McCovey. You remember that, don't you? Oops. Anyway, the family of the thug, George Floyd, was given the red carpet treatment by the Bidens, something seldom afforded to the families of police or military personnel actually saving human lives. No, instead, this piece of human debris, George Floyd, gets praise heaped upon his worthless life. What a joke. And I'd personally like to thank the Democratic Party for showing our children and grandchildren that crime really does pay. Yes, Floyd's family received $27 million, thanks to a guy who was nothing but a criminal and an overall drag on society. See what you can do, kids, if you really put your heart into it. Yeah, a great lesson for all. Meanwhile, in Minneapolis, a reporter for Fox News was doing a live shot from George Floyd Square when 33 gunshots rang out. Now, he immediately took cover. Strangely missing was a large police presence. Wonder why. Could it be defunding? Crime is way up in Minneapolis. 112% jump in murders, 29% in rape, 63% in aggravated assault arrests, all within the last year. Yep. But nothing to see here, as evidenced last night on the mainstream media. ABC News, they didn't even make reference to the gunshots in the background.
Nothing to see here, please. Nothing to see here, please.
That's right, nothing to see here. In Portland last night, more fires and vandalism to celebrate the life of a thug who had gotten himself killed a year ago. Wow, just another night in paradise. Meanwhile, in Spring Lake, North Carolina, an auto repair shop was vandalized, cars were smashed, and racial graffiti was left. Obviously, a case of exposing racism across the United States. But not so fast. It seems Dwayne Haysworth, the owner of the repair shop, gave the video capturing the break-in to local authorities. And they were all surprised to find out the two perpetrators were black. Oops. And finally today, after spending almost $500 million American taxpayer dollars, 25,000 National Guardsmen are headed out of Washington this week, 4 months after Nancy Pelosi went crazy and decided her security was far more important than anyone along the southern border of the U.S. She is reportedly still nervous that another insurrection by those evil Republicans could return. So she's eyeing the creation of a special emergency quick reaction force to protect her and the liberal losers on the Hill. Thanks for joining me today, and remember to receive a 50% discount on an annual digital subscription to the Washington Times. Go to washingtontimes.com/Andy. You'll get 24/7 digital access to the Washington Times at 50% off. Again, go to washingtontimes.com/ANDY. I'm Andy Parks. Have a great day.